it's Queen here. Welcome to my YouTube channel. While you watch me clean, I will tell you about the worst Airbnb experience that I've had. This horrible experience has made me vow to never use Airbnb again. This incident or this issue happened in 2020, but prior to that, in 2019, when I came to Canada, I stayed in an Airbnb for a month, and the host then was super sweet and nice. She was so amazing that she invited myself and the other guests that stayed at her home for Thanksgiving the month after. The whole point of mentioning this is because I know someone out there would say, why are you using a shared Airbnb apartment? But that's beside the point, I digress. So to the main story, in 2020, my friend and I booked a trip to Ottawa. Ottawa is the capital of Canada and Nigerian embassy is there. So my friend wanted to renew a Nigerian passport. We went to Ottawa for a 2-day trip and we booked Airbnb for 2 people for 2 nights. And on the first night, everything was okay, no issues. It's just a decent, okay apartment, nothing special, just okay to spend the night for 2 days. Fine. There was no house rules, there was no written rules, nothing, except that the owner wants us to make sure to keep the apartment, like take down the blanket and the bed sheet by the time we are leaving, which was totally okay, fine with us. So we had no clue that this apartment is even shared to begin with. Okay, maybe it was listed as shared on the website, I can't even remember, but we didn't see any other person in the apartment. It was just a small little corner because it was just 1 bedroom, just a tiny corner in the living room that has a curtain over it and says do not open. So to us, we just felt maybe it's just the owner's like luggage or property that is in there and they don't want us to touch it, which is cool. We had no issues with doing that. So the first night went totally fine. The second night, my friend had like some visitors that came to just say hi. These people, I think it was around 8 or 9 p.m. that they came around, sometimes in the evening, and they didn't sit in the living room, they didn't even go to the bedroom. They just stayed by the hallway because they didn't plan to stay for long, and they just brought us dinner just to and have a nice quick catch up. So while we were having chat and conversation, then someone from nowhere just came out. We were startled, we were like scared, like who is this person? Then they said, who are you? Who is these people? Why is there so much noise? And we're like, sorry, who are you? He said, this is my house, what are you guys doing here? And we quickly apologized that, oh, they were just visiting and they were leaving now. Why will you bring strange faces? And the guy responded, why will you bring strange faces, strange people to my home? Why would you do that? This and that. And we're like, okay, so first of all, we don't even know that somebody else is in this apartment. That's one. And secondly, these guys are not staying here, they're just visiting. And I was like, how many people are staying here? We said 2 people. These other 2 people here are just visiting briefly. And they left instantly. When that conversation happened, they left. My friend was trying to see them up. He just said, get out. He started yelling, get out of my house. And my friend left with them. They all went downstairs. I went back to the bedroom. I shut the door and this guy came inside. He opened the door like he literally barged in and asked me, how many people are sleeping here? I said, just 2 people. I said, he said, who booked the apartment? I said, my friend. He said, yeah. So I said, was the booking for 2 people? He said, yes, it was for 2 people. He looked all around and he saw that, okay, we didn't like arrange our stuff. Obviously, we're only here for 2 nights. It's no point like storing all of our clothes, our jackets in the wardrobe or sorting out our like makeup and stuff. We're just here briefly, so what's the point of doing that? This guy looked all around and he wasn't too pleased with the way the apartment looked. Obviously, we are not going to leave things like that. We're just here for a short time. This guy said, get out, pack your things and leave this minute. I was like, wait, what's going on? He said, I give you 5 minutes, pack your things and leave right now. I was so surprised. I called my friend, hey, I think this guy is kicking us out right now, let's leave. So I packed my bag, I packed a few things. My friend came upstairs and she also packed. This guy literally was standing at the door waiting for 5 minutes to complete before he kicks us out or pushes us out. We're like, before this guy will pull up a gun on us, let's just leave, sharp. We packed our bags and we called the other Jay's other friends that just left. They came back and they were like, what's going on? This guy asked us to leave. What will we do? We started to call Airbnb. We stayed downstairs of his apartment. This guy came downstairs. After kicking us from your apartment, you're still kicking us from the building. He told us to leave the building, leave the building. We're like, no, now we know our rights. Like, even if you kick us from your home, you can't kick us out of this like whole entire building. He said he was going to call the cops on us. We're like, feel free to call the cops if you want to. I'm sure the cops will even come to our defense here. You can't just kick us out. Like, you can't push us out and enforce all that. We stayed outside of the building. The wait time to speak to an Airbnb agent was 1 hour and 30 minutes. That was too long for us. So Jay's friend offered to have us stay at the apartment for the night. We accepted it because we didn't have any other choice at this time. Then we stayed there, and trust me, we sent an email to Airbnb. Believe me when I say Airbnb did not call us until 2 a.m. Literally 4 hours after submitting the email, leaving a call back. We didn't get any response. We left. We tried to even send a message. Nothing. Airbnb called us 4 hours later, 2 a.m. And they were like, oh, where are you now? We could fix somewhere for you to sleep. It's like, we're not going to stay outside in the cold waiting for you to call us. We found somewhere to stay. Then they offered to give us like a refund for that trip. And that was literally nothing else. They didn't penalize the host. They didn't do anything. And the host started to send us message on Airbnb telling us things like, horrible people, you left my room dirty, this and that. You kicked us out, literally, bro. You didn't even allow us to proper cleaning when we're leaving. And how is this even normal? How is this even legit? You are not even supposed to kick us out. If you put your Airbnb for listing, your home for Airbnb or online, you are literally sharing with strangers, and it's expected that you will see strange faces in your home. If you are not pleased with sharing your home with strange people, then don't do Airbnb. You can't do Airbnb and expect to not see strange faces. If you also don't want visitors, make sure to have a house rule that says no visitors or no visitors after a certain time. Airbnb just offered us apology and refunded us money for that trip and nothing else. Nothing else. It was so disappointing, and we couldn't even just come to terms with the kind of things that people do on Airbnb. And Airbnb is not even cheap anymore. You pay more than the cost of an hotel. Airbnb guests will ask you to clean, sweep, take down the blanket, change the bed sheet, do literally everything. It's not like it's a cheap thing. So why is there so much drama to use Airbnb? Anyway, that experience made me swear that I would never use Airbnb again. But have I used Airbnb after that? Yes. I'm really like, the truth is, I've sworn to never use a shared Airbnb again. But even though I would like to totally avoid using Airbnb, in some smaller cities in Canada, you really almost cannot find an hotel. Or the best you could find is like a motel. You would not find like a proper hotel, so you'll be forced to use Airbnb. But since that incident, I've only used booked the whole apartment. I've never had to use a shared Airbnb, and I never will. In fact, if I could boycott or totally abandon Airbnb, I will never use Airbnb again. Except I'm forced or I have to. Never again. Never again. Anyway, if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you'd like for me to do another story time like this over a video, definitely let me know in the comment section. Happy to do it again. Thank you so much for watching, and please subscribe if you're yet to do so. Give this video a thumbs up, share with your loved ones, and let me know if you've had any horrible Airbnb experience. I'll see you in another video. Take care.